It's no secret that Greg Norman, the commissioner of LIV Golf, has faced a lot of criticism and backlash from the golf world. But why does everyone seem to hate him? Well, take a wild guess. The year 2021 rings a bell. Remember his feud with the PGA Tour? One of the main reasons Norman is disliked is his ongoing feud with the PGA Tour. In 2021, LIV Golf was introduced as a new golf series that was seen as a direct competitor to the PGA Tour. This caused a rift between the two organizations, with players being forced to choose which tour they wanted to play in. He's been vocal in his criticism of the PGA Tour, calling out their policies and practices. This hasn't gone over well with PGA Tour players and officials, who've accused him of having an ulterior motive and a vendetta against the PGA Tour.
Help the cause. Oh, just pulled a little.
But not just this, he's been accused of doing other things too, a lot of which are true, like changing the format of major tournaments. This actually happened. As commissioner, Greg has made quite a few changes to the format of major tournaments, and they haven't been received very well by golf fans and players. One of the most controversial changes was when he introduced a match play format for the PGA Championship.
He has such a high spin rate when he needs it. Look for him to throw this past the hole and try and spin it back, taking the water out of the right.
Many people felt that this took away the game from the traditional stroke play format. This change was met with a lot of backlash from the golf community, and a lot of people felt that it didn't truly showcase the skills of the players and instead relied more on luck and strategy. He has stuck to his guns about using the match play format despite the criticism. He has also defended it as a way to bring a new and exciting twist to the game, but only time will tell if this change will ultimately be successful or if it will ultimately be viewed as a misstep in the world of golf. Now, why else is Greg hated? Well, he's been accused of favoring certain players.
9 feet 9 inches, Jim.
Okay.
Not much in it.
And it's in.
Just the center of the cup, that's all.
It's a solid 4.
It's no secret that Norman has faced accusations of favoritism toward certain players, and in particular, those who have a personal connection to him or have represented him in the past. This has caused quite a bit of controversy. Many people have claimed that he's not treating all players equally and that his decisions aren't always in the best interest of the sport. Some have even gone so far as to say that he's being unfair and that his actions are damaging the integrity of the game. Whether these allegations are true or not, it's clear that his actions have caused quite a stir. They have also led to a lot of debate and discussion within the pop culture community. But what else do we have? Norman's ignorance of the needs of golfers. Several golfers have accused Greg of neglecting their concerns.
Good birdie. No problem at that point. Koepka picks one up at 13. That is the blueprint.
Especially when it comes to course maintenance and player safety. They feel like he's more focused on the business side of golf and not as concerned with their well-being. Also, according to them, he's ignoring their needs and not taking their concerns seriously.
This strained relationship because we didn't have this connection of understanding where I wanted to go in life.
Many players feel frustrated and disappointed with his approach. They hope that he'll start paying more attention to their needs and concerns in the future. Now, this reminds me of another reason why people don't like him. He's been accused of not being supportive of women's golf. For failing to adequately support women's golf and to advertise and expand the women's tour, Norman has come under fire.
That was some thick rough. She put a full swing on what looks to be about a 9-iron. It just...
Some believe that he's not provided the same level of attention and resources to the women's tour as he has to the men's tour. His lack of dedication to fostering and advancing the success of female golfers has been charged as a result of this. Carrie Webb, a World Golf Hall of Fame member and one of the most successful female golfers in history, also expressed her disappointment in him. In a Golf Today interview, she also expressed worry about LIV Golf's effect on the women's game.
And those that may have turned up after breakfast, the word was out. Kari's playing well. Get out and have a look. She was out in the morning groups this morning.
The Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, which has drawn flack for its record on human rights, provides funding for LIV Golf. When asked about his recent defense of Saudi Arabia, Webb replied that the little girl in her had just died and that she still felt the same way. She hopes that the LPGA will continue to follow the principles set by its founders, including a refusal to play at clubs that discriminate based on race. Moving on, why else would people hate Greg?
The catalyst of taking the game into other countries, like in Brunei or like in China. I was the first person to do an exhibition match in mainland China.
Well, they don't like his handling of the Olympics. Norman has faced a lot of criticism recently for how he dealt with golf's inclusion in the Olympics. Many people feel like he didn't do enough to get top players to participate. That resulted in a weaker field and a less prestigious event. Some have even accused him of not putting in enough effort to make the Olympics a success for golf. Despite the criticism, he has remained defiant, insisting that he did everything he could to get top players to compete. Only time will tell if his efforts will pay off.
Much better contact than the last wedge.
And if the golf event at the Olympics will be a success. What's more, he isn't great when it comes to sponsorship deals either, so much so that he has been criticized for his handling of them. Norman's received a lot of criticism lately for the way he's been handling sponsorship deals, specifically when it comes to selecting sponsors for live golf events.
For Dustin Johnson. Looks like he's aiming right, Radar. He is.
People are saying that he seems more concerned with making as much money as possible than choosing sponsors that fit with the values and goals of the sport. This has caused a lot of controversy and has many people questioning his priorities. Major figures in the sport criticized Greg Norman, the face of the Live Golf Series, which is sponsored by Saudi Arabia, due to the Saudi regime's violations of human rights. Golfers who joined the series, including Norman, Phil Mickelson, and Dustin Johnson, received criticism. Bob Costas, a famous sportscaster, recently called the Live Series Saudi blood money.
So there is an inner strut, inner confidence about these great players.
Furthermore, Norman has faced backlash for the way he's treated players who have chosen to play in the Live Golf Series. Peers have criticized and shunned PGA Tour players who switched to Live Golf, and Norman hasn't done much to stand up for or encourage them. At the end of the day, what kind of person is he really? Do people also hate him for who he is? Well, yes, people hate his public image. Greg has had a distinguished professional golfing career, but his contentious remarks and deeds have drawn considerable criticism. Numerous claims that he is conceited and difficult to work with have significantly damaged his reputation in the golf community. It's no secret that his public image has played a significant role in his lack of popularity. While he may have achieved a lot of success on the course, his questionable behavior off of it has definitely affected his reputation.
I go through the whole insurance process and I went out and replicated it the best I could. The rest of these Omegas had a great relationship with Omega for a long period of time, so these are...
Many people just can't seem to look past his flaws and appreciate his accomplishments as a golfer. All in all, it's clear that his public image has had a big impact on his unpopularity. Now, it's clear that there are many reasons why he's the most hated person in Live Golf. From his ongoing feud with the PGA Tour, to his handling of the Live Golf Series, to his public image, Norman has faced a lot of criticism and backlash from the golf world. It remains to be seen whether he will be able to turn things around and win back the support of the golf community or not. We'll see you in the next video.